If you're over 60 and dealing with sciatica or nerve pain, it's time to stop stretching your hamstrings like it's going to unlock the secrets of the universe. Those leg stretches? Temporary relief at best, kind of like slapping duct tape on a leaky pipe and hoping for the best. In this video, I'm going to reveal the real cause of sciatica, the one most of my clients get wrong, and give you the only 3 exercises you actually need to start feeling better today. And stick around, because at the end, I'll also expose 3 common mistakes that are sneakily making your pain worse. Yes, even that one you swear helps. But first, let's clear something up. Most people think sciatica is a leg issue because, well, that's where it hurts. But that's just where the party crashes. The real ruckus is happening in your lower back. Let's break it down with a little science. Don't worry, I'll make it fun. The sciatic nerve is the longest nerve in your body. It starts in your lower back, lumbar spine, fancy term, snakes its way through your hips and booty, and shoots all the way down the back of your legs into your feet when that nerve gets pinched or compressed, usually around the L4, L5, or L5, S1 vertebrae. It messes up the signal flow. And that's when your body freaks out with pain, numbness, or that weird electric zap feeling in your legs. Picture your sciatic nerve like a garden hose. Sciatica? That's someone stomping on the hose. And no, treating the pain in your calf is like trying to water your garden while someone's still standing on the faucet. You've got to go upstream and move the foot off the hose, aka treat the spine. Now, here's the big question. What's putting the squeeze on your nerve in the first place? If you're between 30 and 50, it's often due to a disc herniation. Think jelly donut squish. But if you're over 60, chances are it's more about wear and tear, totally normal stuff like spinal stenosis, degenerative discs, or osteoarthritis. Basically, your spine's been aging like the rest of you. A few gray hairs, maybe some creaky joints, and yes, a little less real estate in the nerve exit zone. It doesn't always hurt, but when it does, you'll feel it in your legs. And maybe your back's throwing in a protest for good measure. The good news? You're not doomed to a life of couch cushion yoga and heating pads. Once you understand what's really going on in your spine, you can target the root cause and finally get some long-lasting relief. Let's dig into the 3 key exercises that'll help relieve that pain. And later, the top 3 mistakes that might be keeping you stuck. Let's get your sciatic nerve breathing again. All right, let's dive into the first exercise that targets your lumbar spine like a heat-seeking missile. This one's designed to take pressure off and give you immediate relief. Yes, actual relief. Not the just breathe through it kind. Start by lying down on a comfortable surface, bed, couch, floor with a yoga mat, whatever feels like it won't judge you. Now, grab a pillow for under your head and place your feet up on a chair, couch edge, or stool. The goal is to get your knees above your belly button, forming a lazy Z shape with your body. Relax. Let gravity do the work. Let your spine melt like butter into a warm pancake. No flipping required. Stay there. Breathe. Your feet should feel like they've clocked out for the day and are just hanging out on vacation. You might start feeling relief in just a minute or 2, but feel free to hang out here for 5, 10, or even 20 minutes. Adjust as needed, and if you're feeling fancy, slap a heat pack on your lower back like a spa upgrade. Totally optional, but your back might send you a thank you note. Now here's why I love this position. It works wonders for disc-related sciatica and those grumpy old spine issues like degenerative changes. Plus, for folks over 60, it's got bonus perks. It improves blood flow and helps reduce swelling in your lower legs. Goodbye balloon ankles. Especially helpful if you toss in some ankle pumps. Just gently move your ankles up and down. It's like telling your veins, hey, let's get things moving again. This position is your new best friend anytime that nerve pain starts acting up. Try it multiple times a day. It's simple, it works, and it doesn't require a single piece of equipment or a gym membership. Now that we've got your go-to relief, move on lock. Let's slide into exercise number 2, which is all about creating more space in your lumbar spine and relieving even more pressure off that sciatic nerve. Warning, quick but important warning. If you suddenly have new numbness in your groin area or feel like your bladder forgot how to operate, as in, you can't pee when you want to, stop right there and get to the ER. It could be a sign of something serious called cauda equina syndrome. Rare, but not the kind of thing to walk off. Or, ironically, something you can't walk off. Okay, PSA over. Let's move on to the next move. Exercise number 2 is coming in hot, but not too hot. We're here for relief, not drama. This one's straight out of the playbook of clinical wisdom for managing back and sciatic pain. If your sciatic woes are thanks to degenerative spine conditions, hello, aging. The name of the game is lumbar flexion, a fancy way of saying, let's bend forward like we're looking for lost change under the couch. Why? Because bending forward actually creates more space in your lower back for those cranky nerves to breathe. So let's get into it. Start by sitting on a chair. Feet a bit wider than shoulder width. Basically your, I'm about to stand up but change my mind stance. Now gently scoot forward a smidge and rest your hands on your thighs or knees, wherever your arms naturally land. No need to overthink it. From here, slide your hands down your legs and bend forward through your lower back and hips. Go as far as you can comfortably. This is not a Cirque du Soleil audition. When you hit your limit, pause there for 5 seconds. Take one slow breath in and out like you're trying to fog up a mirror. Then slide back up like a sleepy cat stretching out of a nap. Do that 10 times, and with each rep, try to go just a tiny bit farther. Like you're inching toward tying your shoes, but still pretending you meant to stop at your shins. Here's the cool part. If your leg pain starts to creep up the leg or eases altogether, that's called centralization, and it means your body is finally playing nice. If it gets worse, abort mission. That move's not for you, and that's okay. We're not here for heroics. We're here for healing. I suggest doing this stretch a few times a day, especially if your leg pain tends to crash your party mid-walk, or randomly while doing something heroic like picking up your keys. Now, if you've got extra mobility and you're feeling brave, or just need more relief, you've got options. In knees to chest, lay on your back like you just gave up on chores. Pull your knees toward your chest and give them a gentle hug. Hold for about 20 seconds, then repeat 3 times. Bonus points if you sigh dramatically like a tired parent. Child's pose, aka prayer pose. Start on your hands and knees and gently rock your hips back toward your heels. Think tired. Toddler after recess. Keep your head down, let your neck chill, and stretch your arms forward. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat it 3 times, and let that low back tension melt away like butter on toast. Now that we've made some room in your lumbar spine and reminded your nerves they're not in charge anymore, let's move on to what's next. You're doing great. Keep that spine happy. Let's move on to strengthening, because now that we've made space in your spine, we've got to protect it like it's a family secret. This next move is all about lumbar stability. So here's what you're going to do. Lie flat on your back like you just gave up on folding laundry. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor or your bed. Place your hands on your thighs and take a breath. We're going in. Now gently engage those abdominal muscles by pulling your belly button down like it's trying to kiss your spine. Think trying to zip up jeans after Thanksgiving dinner level of engagement. You should start to feel your core gently tighten and your low back flatten against the surface. That little movement, known as a pelvic tilt, is like pressing the reset button on back pain. Inhale deep, and as you exhale, lift your shoulder blades off the ground like you're trying to peek at your own belly button. But here's the deal. Don't yank with your neck like you're headbanging at a rock concert. Focus on curling up with your abs, not your face. Go only as high as you comfortably can. Pause at the top like you're proudly showing off your new invisible six-pack. Then slowly lower back down on the inhale. Do 2 sets of 15 reps, unless your cat climbs on you mid-rep. In that case, finish the set later. If your neck starts complaining, you can place your hands behind your head lightly for support, but not like you're trying to pry your head off. This isn't tug of war. Want an easier version? Try a partial crunch. Just lift your head and shoulders an inch or 2, like you're saying, wait, what was that noise? You'll still get the burn, and your core will still thank you. Bottom line, you should feel it in your core, not your neck. Now let's keep that momentum going. Your spine's getting stronger by the minute. All right, now that you've got some solid exercises in your toolkit, let's talk about what not to do, because sometimes even the best intentions can make your sciatica roll its eyes and flare right back up. This next section, I'll reveal 3 classic mistakes that might be secretly sabotaging your progress. These all relate to something we already touched on. For people over 60, bending forward, aka lumbar flexion, often brings relief. So, what should you steer clear of? Mistake number 1. The The perfect posture police approach. Trying to stand tall with perfect posture may look virtuous, but forcing your back into a proud arch position can actually make sciatica worse, especially for older adults. That's stand up straight. Advice from your old gym teacher? Toss it. Why? Because standing with an arched back does the opposite of lumbar flexion. It compresses the spine and squeezes those joints closer together, potentially squashing that poor sciatic nerve like a slice of ham in a panini press. Instead, relax your posture. Don't slump like you've given up on life, but don't pretend you're auditioning for a military parade either. If you're binge watching TV, try reclining a little. Your sciatic nerve prefers Netflix in a recliner, not a rigid dining chair. Mistake. Number 2. Walking like you're training for a marathon. Walking is great, until it isn't. Yes, we recommend walking in many cases, but walking is actually an extension-based movement, which means it can be irritating if your sciatica responds better to flexion. 5 to 10 minutes of walking leaves you limping like you just got tackled by a toddler with anger issues. It's time to pause. Take breaks. Do one of those stretches we talked about earlier. Or hop on a stationary bike if walking feels like a betrayal. And by hop, I mean carefully lower yourself down like a classy adult. Mistake number 3. Treating mobility aids like they're a personal insult. Look, I get it. No one wants to use a cane, walker, or rollator. But you know what's worse than a little pride dent? Face planting in aisle 6 of the grocery store. Using mobility aids doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're smart enough to give your body the support it needs so it can heal. It also helps take pressure off your spine and nerves so you can keep moving without aggravating your pain. Pro tip: if you're grocery shopping, lean on that cart like it's your trusty sidekick. Bonus: it makes you look like you're on a very important snack mission. Now that you know how to avoid these sneaky sciatica triggers, you might still be dealing with joint stiffness, especially in your knees. Feel free to check out my other videos to help.